Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I know you like that. I know you like, welcome back. I know you like that. Back, welcome back, welcome back. Guess who's back? Back again. Ron Fresh back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all of the good shit, man. Had to take a hiatus. And I just want to come back and say hi, haters. Listen, man, put your health first. You got to be healthy to even do these things. So let's get straight to it. Wrestlepalooza, right? Versus All Out. Both of them was on September 20th. Which show was better? Which show I think was better? Comment below which show you thought was better, right? Let's go through it. Now, I'm just going to say overall, right? I think both shows were solid in their own ways. I'm hearing a lot of hate for Wrestlepalooza, though. I can understand it. But I honestly thought Wrestlepalooza was pretty decent, me personally. I think All Out was better. But let's go through all the matches. Let's go through All Out. They have more matches, right? So I'm not even going to go in order because I don't remember everything. I just remember the matches. The shittiest match for sure was Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. The only good thing was Eddie Kingston's return, but that was a shitty match. So I give that 1 out of 10. I give that a 3. That was just a bad match all around. Bad return match. What else we had on there? We had the 8-man tag match. Pretty decent match. But that match didn't need to be on the show. But it was a good match. You expect this from AEW pay-per-views. They're going to put on, most of the time, good, high impactful in-ring action. So, I expect that already. Even though I'm being fair, I'm still going to mention matches that shouldn't have been on the show. And that's one of them. The four-way tag match. And Jungle Boy returns. He's back with with Luchasaurus. I was kind of conflicted about that because I'm like, I wanted the scapegoat Jack Perry to come back and like a different character of Jack Perry. That's what even made me a fan because of all the character work he's shown. I think it's kind of going backwards, but I get what they're doing. They're trying to build their tag team division. Because on the same show, it was already a conflict going on between Max Caster and Anthony Bowens with Jerry Lynn in the middle. He talking about they got a match on Dynamite as a tag team. So they trying to get the Acclaim back together. They already got Jurassic Express back together. So it might be a different twist. They might be a little darker, although they brought back the music. So it's cool. It is what it is. I kind of wanted Jack Perry to come back as a bad guy, though. I was really enjoying that. But anywho, that tag team match was all right. It was pretty cool. It didn't need to be on the show, though. The women's four-way match, Chris Statlander won. Really shocked the shit out of me. I did not see that coming. Good match, by the way. High impact. Them women really get down. That was a good match. Well, my fault. 1 out of 10, the tag match was a good solid 7. Real high impactful. Bro Dito's still the tag champs. Eddie Kingston did beat Big Bill. The 4-way with Tekla, Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, and Jamie Hayter. Great visuals, by the way. Definitely on Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, as always. But I'm really surprised Tony Storm lost. And congratulations to Chris Statlander. 1 out of 10. Like I said, I think I get that a solid 7. It was a good match. What else happened? Quite a few matches on here. The 3-way, Okada, Takeshita, and I don't remember the other dude's name, to be honest with you. But good match. Good match. Okada's still the winner, though. I give it a solid 6, 6.5. Because that's another match that didn't need to be on All Out, to be honest. Now Darby and Moxley was good. I get that about a good 7.5 because Moxley won. I wanted Darby to win, so I think the wrong winner, but it was good. It was what you expected. Craziness from two crazy fucks. So I think Darby should have won though, but it is what it is. Still is entertaining. Darby know how to look good even in defeat. So, he's a guy you want to root for. I get it. So it's wasn't that bad. What else happened? Mark Briscoe beat MJF. I thought that was a good match. 1 out of 10. I give that a good 7 because Mark Briscoe won. And it was a pretty wild match. All the thumbtacks and shit. It was a pretty good match. What you expected, And Mark Briscoe won. I thought it was the rightful winner. So I thought that was good. What else happened on here? Mercedes Goat Nay. Let's just call her what she is. Mercedes Goat Nay. She beat Rio, little sexy ass. Rio's looking really fucking good on there. I don't know what it is about her little ass, but that face or something. Down, boy. You're not about to start talking for me. Anyway. Damn. I told you, stop. Anywho. Commercial break. Let me get back. PG, brother. All right. But yeah, Mercedes Goat Name beat her, but that was another match that did not need to be on the show. Just being honest. It was a good match. 1 out of 10. I give it a solid 6, but it didn't need to be on the show. There's a few matches on All Out that did not need to be on the show. Gates of Agony versus We Hurt People, the Hurt Syndicate. Good call. That was another match that didn't need to be on the show, but that was a good look for Gates of Agony and Ricochet. The Demand, by the way, I like that name. That was a good call. The Demand won, so I liked it. That was a good look for them. That makes them look pretty strong, beating Hurt Syndicate, because Hurt Syndicate don't lose for shit. Oh yeah, FTR versus Edge and Christian. Good match. I just didn't like the way it ended. Not because Edge and Christian won. It was just a weak ending. But 1 out of 10, I give that a good solid 7. And the Gates of Agony versus Hurt Syndicate, I give it a good solid 6. It was a decent match, but it didn't need to be on the show. I think that's pretty much most of the matches. I know I didn't mention the main event yet. Correct me in the comments. I'm not really sure. You know what? I don't know. No. Let me go look at my other phone. Commercial break. Okay, so according to my phone, on the actual show, the pre-show don't count, so we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I mentioned all the matches besides the main event. Main event was good. They was really doing their thing. I mean, we all knew Kyle Fletcher wasn't gonna win, but I didn't mind that because it was a showcase for Kyle Fletcher. It's basically showing you what Kyle Fletcher is gonna be doing in the future, so I didn't mind that at all. Good match. So solid. It was just about a good few matches. So we really broke this down. The triple threat with Okada didn't need to be on here. The Unified Championship match. The Bro Dito tag team match didn't need to be on here. The Hurt Syndicate, Gates of Agony didn't need to be on here. Rio and Mercedes Goatney didn't need to be on here. What's another match that did not need to be on here? That's probably it. I didn't mind the women's 4-way match because it was at least a women's championship match. It was for the world title and Toni Storm. I mean, she's a bigger star anyway. So there's really only 4 matches I just disagree with that made All Out more quantity than quality. Now, let's get on Wrestlepalooza. Now, Wrestlepalooza is still pretty fresh in my mind because I just got done watching it, so I'm pretty late to everything. Wrestlepalooza was pretty solid. 5 matches, which I don't mind a 5-match format, as long as the matches are good. I thought all the matches were, decent. It wasn't no spectacular, just, override the way AEW do it. I mean, I don't expect that. But let's get on it. John Cena, Brock Lesnar. Surprisingly, that was the first match. I thought that was backwards. I think that should have been a main event. That was the main match that was promoted, so I just kind of disagree with that being the opener because the main event with Cody and Drew, we'll get to that, but I don't think it lived up to match that. So, but it's okay, cool. Brock Lesnar kind of runs through Cena. I'm a big fan of Lesnar. A lot of people hate it. I can't help it. I love Lesnar. He's got that big fight feel. He got that must-see type of atmosphere. So I didn't mind Brock Lesnar beating Cena. I really didn't. Cena wins Brock Lesnar wins kind of one-sided in a way. It reminds me of the Night of Champions match, I think. It was just like a finisher fest, spot fest. It was just like straight to it. I usually call those matches hype matches where it ain't no technical prowess. It's just straight to the finishers are trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Straight power moves. So Brock Lesnar wins. I don't mind. I don't remember in the order, but I was really shocked about Braun and Braun Security, the Vision, beating the Usos. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was really shocked about that. I was like, wait a minute, what? I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I thought it was good booking that LA Knight was the special guest referee, and he allowed it to basically be a hardcore match. I thought that was dope. By the way, what the hell happened to Jey Uso? What made him get busted open? I can't remember. I even rewinded, like, when did his head get busted open? What he hit? It was cool, though. I was really shocked. I thought that was a great look for the Vision. I think the Vision should be tag team champs. They just beat the Usos. A reunited Usos at that. I was shocked about that. I think that was good booking. Io and Stephanie Valkyrie, wonderful visuals. Stephanie Valkyrie, oh my God. Woo! Down, boy, down. I told you about that. Interrupted me. PG, brother. I'm trying, but oh my God. Thinking about her little fine ass, boy. Oh my man. Man. Anyway. Damn lips. Anyway, what was he talking about? Yeah, that was a good match. Real good match. They got down. New world champion. Oh, my fault. I'm not even giving you the rankings. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, 1 through 10. I give it a solid 6. It wasn't nothing spectacular. Usos versus Braun and Braun Security, aka the Vision. 1 through 10, I give it a solid 6, 6.5. It was better than Cena and Brock. It was all right. I really give it 6.5 because Braun and Braun Security won, so I was shocked about that. 75 Kira, Io Sky, that was match of the night. I give that a solid. Honestly, I give that like a solid 7.5, probably 8. So it's in between 7.5 and 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. It was a good match. It was definitely match of the night. New world champion. Thought it was great. Then the mixed tag team match, I give that 1 out of 10. I give that a solid 6.5. It was good. I didn't mind it. It was pretty good. I was entertained by it with Becky and Seth versus CM Punk, AJ Lee. By the way, AJ Lee really didn't lose a step. So yeah, I'm not, a lot of people was kind of like, oh, the nostalgia. She's a cool nostalgia. So I don't really mind her. She did her thing. She looked great out there. I thought that was a pretty good match, entertaining tag team match. Then the main event was Drew and Cody. Pretty solid match, but that referee needs to be fucking fired. I'm like, is Wade Barrett the only person on commentary that got any fucking sense? What was that referee doing? That was equivalent to, remember when Seth Rollins was about to hit the Fiend with the hammer when all the shit was on top of the Fiend? Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. In a Hell in a Cell match? And the referee was trying to get in the way, telling him stop and all this other shit? Wasn't that just like when the referee got in the way of Drew from kicking him in the head? It was a legal move. That referee needs to be fired. Even if I'm speaking in kayfabe, he needs to be fucking fired. That was bullshit. That was a legal move. Like Wade Barrett said, that was a legal move. You literally got in the way. What was you doing? I didn't understand that. That was fucking stupid. That was just like with Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell with the Fiend. He got disqualified for using a weapon in the fucking Hell in a Cell. So was Drew going to get disqualified if he would have kicked his head in the announce table? And then this fucking idiot gets in the way, and Drew could have injured himself, like Wade Barrett said. He could have shattered the shin. You made him lose. I hope Drew McIntyre fucking gives him a DDT on top of a table or something. That guy needs to be fired. Get him out of here. He screwed Drew McIntyre, bro. That was bullshit, bro. Solid match, though. 1 out of 10, Drew and Cody. I give it a solid 6.5. It was all right. So overall, I think, of both shows, WWE was less to offer, but I think 1 out of 10 in a solid ranking, I give it a solid 7. It wasn't that bad to me. It was pretty decent, quick. That was the only thing that was good about it over All Out. All Out was just long as shit. I love AEW, but damn, sometime, bro. Like I said, it was more quantity over quality. Like I said, it was a few matches that didn't need to be on the main card. It's just a few of them that just didn't need to be on there. So it was more quantity than quality. But the matches were better, more high impactful matches. I even think the stories were somewhat better. Darby and Moxley was a better story. Mark Briscoe and MJF was a better story than most of the stories on Wrestlepalooza. Because the only stories we really had on Wrestlepalooza, John Cena and Brock kind of writes itself, but it still wasn't a story. LA Knight, AJ Lee and CM Punk and Seth, Becky. That was like probably the best story out of the whole show. Drew and Cody just kind of came back out of nowhere, kind of. So it was kind of a weak story too. Stephanie Valkyrie, and they kind of got history. It was for the world title, so it don't really need a story that much. Braun and Braun Security versus the Usos. It had a story to that, so that was decent-ish. So, I mean, but I think AEW just had better stories in this situation, in this case. Just with MJF, Mark Briscoe, Darby, Moxley, even the build-up to Kyle Fletcher and Heyman, because it was a showcase for Kyle Fletcher. So, I didn't mind that. So, better stories for AEW tonight. Better in-ring quality as well. I just think more quantity over quality in general. I told you, I'm Bill Alfonso, I'm on nobody's side. But my overall view for All Out, 1 out of 10, I give it a solid 8. Even though I said there were certain matches that didn't need to be on there, they still put their place on there that was still okay. Even though I disagree with some of those matches being on the main card, some of them. The matches I mentioned. So, what do y'all think of this? I think All Out was better. It wasn't way better, but it was just better. And what do y'all think of this? Like, share, subscribe, dislike, comment below, share, all the other good shit. We are out.